What's good, future millionaires? We back with another banger. So we got an article here from Watcher Guru asking, can Shibarium take Shiba Inu out of its price rut? Now, there's several factors taking part right now for why the market is, basically in this period of retracement or stagnation that we're seeing right now. We got interest rate hikes constantly going on. Also, something major just took place with a bank called Silvergate. This was one of the two largest crypto banks, essentially, that provide liquidity and hold assets for some of the largest exchanges out there, like for instance Binance and other exchanges. I'm not sure if exactly Binance is one exchange, but basically the top, like KuCoin for sure, Gemini, exchanges on that level. So if that bank basically is failing, that's going to provide some liquidity issues for a lot of these other crypto exchanges. So I just want to warn everybody on something that's taking place on a macro standpoint. Now, can Shibarium take Shiba Inu out of its price rut? We are seeing a lot of Shibarium related projects right now, be able to 20x, 50x, things like that. So it is possible a lot more of that money can come back into Shiba Inu once Shibarium beta is released, because now people, instead of chasing the hype on other projects, people will be able to put those funds toward actual Shibarium itself. And I think it could help it, but I think overall the majority of what's taking place in the market is still going to weigh down on what we're seeing. Now we got one bank left that is basically Signature Bank out of New York, that is basically providing liquidity to a lot of these exchanges. And if something happens to them, y'all, I'm really going to be worried about the state of crypto. Now obviously I'm still a long-term investor, so it's not going to cause me to just close out my positions or anything like that, but it can definitely put us in a longer crypto winter than expected until we start to see some type of regulation around crypto where more of these large banks can step in and provide liquidity. I believe Signature or Silvergate Bank was providing around $750 billion worth of liquidity to these exchanges, basically allowing this money to flow through its bank. Now, if this was if this turns out to be basically illegal or whatnot, where they get shut down and they're not in operation anymore, think about what that can do to the rest of the market. So I just want y'all to have that in mind, before we move forward. So meme coins are known for their inconsistent rallies. However, Shiba Inu has been in a slump lately. The asset has been struggling in terms of price despite several timely updates on its network. However, this could be considering SHIB's volatility has been decreasing. As seen in the above chart, Shiba Inu's volatility is much lower than it used to be at the time of its launch. Despite this, a vast majority were thinking of getting rid of their holdings. Over the last 7 days, Shiba Inu has plummeted by 10% and by 24% since the last month at the press time. The meme coin was trading around that 1118 level with a 1% daily surge. Amidst this, prominent crypto influencer Sydney took to Twitter to note that he was contemplating selling all his SHIB tokens. Now, I wouldn't recommend anyone just to go jump out the water and start, do whatever's best for you. This is not financial advice. I can't tell you to buy, sell, or hold, but I wouldn't let this information just cause me to close out my position. We seen, the markets be hit by interest rates. We seen the Terra Luna crash. We seen the FTX crash, and the markets still found some way to rebound after all these, negative catalysts took place. So, the market usually works itself out. It just takes longer than we want it to. That's what I'm worried about. So, it's up to you to do what you want to do in that sense. But I just want y'all to know, like, when the market is fearful, that's the time you really should be being greedy, because we get prices that we might not have seen for a while, or that we may not see for a while moving forward. Like last I checked, she was back at that 10 level today. Do y'all remember when we were held at that nine, around that 9 level? And it took us some months before we could break out of that level, before we started to, eventually test the 1600 level. And now look where we're back at that 10 level. So it's a constant roller coaster. You just got to be prepared to, either buy low, sell high, or just hold throughout the journey. And eventually, as time progresses, the project gets bigger, and, we start to see something like what happened with Dogecoin take place. So the move was certainly bearish for the asset. The buzz around the launch of Shibarium also dying down as the community was growing wary. The layer 2 update is still in the works, and every update around it has boosted the price of Bone as opposed to Shiba Inu. So we're seeing a lot of funds also go towards Bone token. A lot of people recognizing that Bone will be the native gas token of Shibarium. So, people are, which I think is a wise thing, grabbing a bag of bone as well. Now, normally that would be money that would stay flowing within Shiba Inu, but you got to remember, everybody's looking at the entire ecosystem versus just, well, not everyone, but a lot of people are looking at the entire ecosystem versus just Shiba Inu itself. The team has stressed to us as investors that their main focus is not just Shiba Inu, it's the entire ecosystem. So it would be wise, basically to, have a little bone, have a little leash, and, have profit targets as well. So that way you're able to, minimize some risk that you have, but you definitely want to have some exposure to the rest of the SHIB ecosystem. And it's not financial advice, but if you're someone who believes in the Shiba Inu ecosystem, I think it's wise. Or if you're a strong, believer in Shiba Inu, it may not be bad to have a little of the other ones as well. Now, only what you're willing to risk losing, though, because, obviously the markets can remain irrational a lot longer than we can remain solvent. So you want to keep that in mind also, and you don't want to stress yourself out and become an emotional investor and just end up selling for a loss because it's taking too long. So in addition to this, the trading volume of the network also took a backseat. The 24-hour trading volume of Shiba Inu dipped by 15.2%. All these factors proved to be bearish for the network. Subsequently, SHIB holders were at a loss. As per Into the Block, a whopping 64% of SHIB holders were not making money at the asset's current price. Only 31% were pocketing profits. Despite this, Ethereum whales continued to trust the meme coin. Whale stats revealed that Shiba Inu was the most held token by the top 1,000 Ethereum whales. Even outside of the top 1,000 Ethereum whales, Shiba Inu is the top held within the top 100 Ethereum whales. And that's a sign we want to pay attention to as well, because we want to follow smart money. Smart money is investors with, very, very deep pockets with the ability to, move millions in and out of Shiba Inu. And it's just good to recognize the signs when they're investing in, and we follow behind them. And then you can decide if you want to take profit at the levels where, technical analysis will show where people will be likely to take profit, or you could just use their entries as, points to accumulate more SHIB. But we got the top 1,000 ETH whales holding, it says 600 million worth of Shiba Inu, 167 million worth of Matic, 155 million worth of Best, 149 million of Link, and 131 million of CHSB, 96 million of Uni, and we got 70 million of Locust, and then 69 million of Mana. So think about all these different assets and look at the significance and the difference of price versus or money invested into Shiba Inu versus the second closest, which is Matic. So 167 million for Matic and 600 plus million for Shiba Inu. Satoshi says to steer away from Shibarium projects. The lead developer of the Shiba Inu network took to Twitter to reveal that he would not follow any more Shibarium projects. Satoshi Kasuma declared that since the Layer 2 solution is increasingly being misrepresented, in order to advance these initiatives, he would no longer be able to follow any more Shibarium related projects. So if y'all remember, we talked about that yesterday. Basically, Satoshi Kasuma was following different projects that had ideas to build on top of Shibarium, and some of these projects were using that basically as a marketing campaign, which I don't think that's a bad idea. If Satoshi is following the project, that is something to be excited about. So but Satoshi's trying to basically protect investors from having the impression that solely because Satoshi is following the project that this is a good project to invest in. Remember, Satoshi says we always want to do our own research, so don't forget to do your own research. This tweet is a screenshot from Satoshi saying, "That being said, I'm quite happy with the thousands of submissions to the Shibarium tech intake form. There are so many amazing projects that will join us on this experimental journey. I expect emails to go out to the most of the Shibarians today. Have a great weekend and stay tuned." And also the first one was, "Well, it looks like I won't be able to follow any other Shibarium projects as it's falsely being used as some sort of endorsement. For the record, if I mention a project I believe, do your own research. If I despise a project, do your own research. If they say I endorse / bought the project, do your own research. We always do our own research." So that's where we got the speculation from with the Door token as well. Do your own research on that one. I did drop a review on that project, but and it's doing nice. So do your own research. But that's all we got for this video. We can take a look at the price of SHIB before we get out of here. Let's see. Shiba Inu down 4% with the rest of the market. You got to remember the overall macroeconomic conditions are weighing on us, so we can't get around that. But this is the number we want to pay attention to here. This 1.02 trillion market cap. Now this number, since it really broke over that $1 trillion level, it really has been maintaining one point, you know, something trillion or above. It's only down 0.76% right now, so it can feel more painful than it actually is. The market isn't even down a full 1%, but we got altcoins like Shiba Inu, you know, taking a hit, which is, you know, it's natural. So Shiba Inu at that 1068 level, down 4% for the day, down 13% on the week. You know, this could be a buying opportunity for some. Why? Because people were buying in these ranges all here. If people were buying in the, we just had people not too long ago buying shib right around the 1600 range, right around February 5th, so about a month ago. So you're basically getting a discount from where investors were more than happy to pay, you know, around a month ago. So keep that in mind as well. Don't look at the short-term daily aspect of it. Take a step back and look on a wider scale. But that's all we got for this video. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we are